Yes, I am back, folks. Greg Sharp, Inside Arm Wrestling. Man, I am like a kid at Christmas right now. That's right. The Inside Arm Wrestling home for everything in strength sports, fitness, arm wrestling, all of those jazzy things. You know what? I'm tired of trying to memorize that damn intro. I wrote the intro and I still can't remember it. So, clap, snap, point, glasses off. Guys, we are super excited. Today we have Bucked Up. Bucked Up here has Anthony's pointing to me to the camera. Thanks, Anthony. I got that. Appreciate that. Yeah, don't edit it out. We want Anthony's voice in the background. We got Bucked Up. Bucked Up sent us our order. So we're going to take this out. Just like this. Yes, this knife is American made. I'm going to pull this out. Now, I ordered a t-shirt and I ordered some, I think, testosterone. And I think both in there. And they sent me some sort of Bucked Up Rainbow Rush. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't take a whole lot of stimulants. Okay. Receipt. Gone. Bubble wrap. Yes. Everybody likes bubble wrap. You know, it's kind of one of these bubble wraps that kind of move. You know what? These are one of these bubble wraps that kind of fool you. They have kind of intermittent holes through the main thing, so they like when you squeeze it, the other bubbles. So I'm not really happy about that. Let me see if I can turn this around. There we go. Bubble wrap out. All right, so let's take a look and see what we got here. Bucked Up t-shirt. Now, I will wear it for the next video. Obviously, I can't wear it for this video, but let's see. Came in a great package. I'll be honest with you. Real quality there. Came in a Ziploc t-shirt bag. Man, outstanding. Bucked Up. Bucked Up. I really like that, guys. I'll be honest with you. Excellent material. Not going to lie. May have to look at this material for us in season 4. Anyway, thank you, Bucked Up. We're going to put that here. I'll throw that here to begin with. Actually, they gave me 2 little rainbow rushes here. I'm not quite sure what this is, but Bucked Up Black is what it's called, which probably means that it's going to make me go very, very high in the sky. We're going to put the Bucked Up box down. We've got their package. Again, I'm going to be very, very fair in terms of critiquing Bucked Up here. Outstanding packaging. Like really, really top-notch packaging. I'm very impressed with that. Super impressed to have them as our sponsors and being ambassadors for them. So there it is, the RUT, Rut Testosterone Booster. No better time than now to take it. Not quite sure that the effects are going to take place right after one pill, but who knows? If anything, within 20, 25 minutes, maybe I'm feeling really strong. Super jacked, super pumped. Not quite sure. Taking it. Oh, wow. This is really pretty cool. They've got a pop top. Now, it has a safety seal on it. Take the safety seal off. $90 tablets, 90 capsules, 3 capsules a day in the morning with food. Well, I just had a protein bar, so that's food. Going to bang this over here, 3 capsules. I don't have to open the box again because it's got a pop cap. Got my water. I'm a messy drinker. Sorry about that. Pop cap. Pretty cool. Very cool. All right, Bucked Up in the house. We're going to put them here for our sponsors here. And thank you, Bucked Up. Sponsor check for this season. Bucked Up is not only sponsored for season 4, but for the house. And actually, next week, we're going to talk a little bit more about the house as those dates have changed. But let's get into arm wrestling, folks. Number one caller today. Guys, I'm pretty excited. We have initiated this regional host system which is going to take place and get started here in May. I'm super excited about how we're rolling this out. We're going to start with May 3rd. We are on Instagram. Going to pull up Greg Brown TV. Follow Greg Brown if you haven't already. Please follow him. He's got a tournament Saturday, May 3rd, 2025. Weigh-ins are on Saturday, only from 11 to 1. It's a 2 p.m. start. They do have an early weigh-in. I apologize. At the host hotel at Adolfo Lopez Mateos, 1048 Centro Civico, Mexicali. So that is a Friday early weigh-in. It says 2 to 4 on the details, but I would imagine that there may be some wiggle room there on a Friday. Having it that early certainly would open up for maybe some pulling or some talking afterwards. You may be able to do it early weigh-in after that. Get in touch with Greg Brown. Greg Brown is the promoter of the King of Baja, as well as, obviously, we are in a collaboration, and with Greg as our regional host. They will have hotel rooms as part of their overall prizes. They have opted for the donation in lieu of medals. So they will not have US or WSA arm wrestling medals for this one, but you will be competing for hotel rooms on our end for our finals in November. So great job, Greg Brown. Super excited to be working with Greg. And then we come back on May 17th. Folks, we are in Ogden, Utah. Justin Green is having his Pulling for Perseverance World Series of Arm Wrestling. Let me pull it up here. Pulling for Perseverance tournament, and that is at the Eagles in Ogden. Once again, Eagles in Ogden for Pulling for Perseverance. Tactical Arms presents. Friday night is the early weigh-in, 6 to 8, and then Saturday, 10 to 12, with the tournament starting at 1 o'clock. Now, they will have our traditional weight classes. Greg Brown will have his weight classes down there. He's going to have 5 pro weight classes on the left and right arm, and Greg is giving away money himself for the tournament. I would say if you're in the area and you are looking for a tournament on May 3rd, that would be a great way to kick off your month of May, as well as get qualified, because everyone who goes to these tournaments will be qualified. There is no value of having to place in any division. If you participate, you are able to come to the finals. No questions asked there. All right, folks. So World Series of Arm Wrestling has a few announcements. We have 2 more people that have come on board with us that are going to be hosting regionals for us as well. Travis Bajent. We are working with Travis. We are going to be announcing a Virginia and a Chicago date for Travis. Travis will be getting us all that information. We're super excited. We're also going to be working with Michael Moody. He is out of Jacksonville, Florida. Not the Jacksonville, North Carolina, but Jacksonville, Florida. He is going to run a tournament he does for the vets every year. That's going to be a World Series of Arm Wrestling qualifier as well. Super excited to be working with Mike. He's a terrific guy. So between Travis and Michael, we're going to be adding some regionals on our announcements list. We're going to be updating our regional list very shortly. And then we have 2 more people that we're talking to that we believe are going to be a part of the regional process for us. So having said all that, folks, we are super excited, getting ready with sponsors like Bucked Up, STEM Regen to my left, SSF, Serious Steel Fitness is back with us, Rockwell back with us. So quite a few coming back sponsors and new ones to add, which is really a mark of continued success. Having said that, let's talk a little bit about the things of World Series of Arm Wrestling, since we are a part of Inside Arm Wrestling. I know, folks, that it's been a thorn in everyone's mind and my side that Tubi and Amazon have continued to process this. Anthony, did we get any updates today from Amazon? No Amazon updates. I mean, we've been in these queues now, guys, for 6 months. Again, I don't own these platforms. I wish I did. I certainly would be able to create a much bigger dynamic. We are uploading our platform of Radiate to be able to put season 2 out as well. At this point, we want to get it out. We want you guys to get to see it because we're almost done editing season 3. And season 3's finals are going to be on ESPN here late in the summer, early fall. So super excited about that. But unfortunately, guys, if I owned the companies, I would have them out. I'd have had them out 5 months ago. It's not me who's doing it. Albeit, though, we are in relationships with these companies, and we have to understand that as independent filmmakers, content makers, creators, we are not on the top of their list, and therefore we have to wait in line. Just like if you went to the neighborhood deli, and that the mayor of wherever you're from walks in, and he cuts the line and grabs a sandwich, and you look at yourself and say, well, how come he got his first? Well, it just is what it is, right? Speaking of mayors, I want to segue into something really cool. I'll be meeting with the mayor of Chula Vista, possibly the next San Diego County Supervisor, John McCann, here this afternoon. We are going to be talking about everything from construction, which really doesn't matter to Inside Arm Wrestling, all the way up to working with the Olympics in 2028. So we're very, very excited about this meeting. I think this meeting is going to open the doors for something really cool and special for the world of arm wrestling, as well as introduce this to a more of an international community of what I'll call tournament arm wrestling for the Olympics. Now, big communities, tournament arm wrestling in the world, WAF, IFA, they do a great job holding big world tournaments. However, the Olympics has kind of been a sore spot for us over the last several decades. Maybe these efforts are going to help us get more notice, perhaps, more interest, perhaps. Not quite sure. Either way, I think it's super cool working with the Olympic Committee, working with the city of Los Angeles, the city of San Diego, and the counties of Los Angeles and San Diego it's always really a cool thing. I don't know. As I get older, things are pretty cooler when I'm doing big business deals than when I was younger, when I was running around and having fun out on a Friday, Saturday night. Not that that happened all too much, Anthony. Keep the smile down. There's no video back then. That's a long time ago. No cell phones back then. Anyway, so what is going on in the world of arm wrestling, folks? I think the biggest thing right now in the world of arm wrestling, other than World Series of Arm Wrestling getting started, their 4th season, is East versus West has a Texas tournament that is coming up on March 29th. Now, I'm on the World Series of Arm Wrestling, or excuse me, the East versus West page. I'll tell you what, it's a good card. And when I say it's a good card, it's a good card for us in the States because it has a lot of familiar faces when it comes to arm wrestlers that we work and see and compete against on a fairly regular basis over the course of many decades. But I think it's a good card because it has, I think it has a lot of creative matches on it. I think maybe that's the best way to explain it. You don't have Levon on it, which would be the world champion. You don't have Vitali on it, would be the world champion on the left. But you do start off the card with Craig Tullier versus John Therian. I like this matchup for Craig. Craig is super fast, super fast. Now, the one thing I'm not sure, and honestly, I'm sure Craig can make the way to 187. When I have, in recent years, been around Craig, he's always been in the high 190s or pulled in our 209 class. And to be 187, I'm not sure if Craig's cutting to get there. I don't know what his natural walking around weight. I'm going to say because he's pretty muscular. If you don't know Craig Tullier, to shake his hand, to get to 187 might be a little bit of a stretch for him. I'm not quite sure, but his speed and his hit are really his trademark. It obviously his power, but I think Craig is a little too much for John. But who knows? I don't know much about John as a puller. I've seen him a few times pulling on the internet streams, but I've seen Craig up front, up close and personal on the table. He has gears, and when you have gears on the table, that can be very dangerous. He's fast off the start, and he can drop it into high gear just about at any place at any point in a match. So I think Craig Tullier is probably my favorite in that match, and we wish both of them obviously well and pull safe. Pulling down, I like the Matt Mask match. Again, it's a non-title match, but I like Matt Mask. Yeah, I'm a Matt Mask fan. I'll always be a Matt Mask fan. So we're going to go with Matt against his opponent. You've got John Brzenk versus Yoshi. I don't know. I honestly, I don't think John's going to have much problem here. That's my personal opinion. I'm not quite sure what this matchup brings for rankings, but I think it's more of a nostalgia match. Certainly, that match happened many decades ago. I think it's a fun match to watch. This is a 2.0, if you will, John versus Yoshi. Hunter Knopf is pulling. I don't know. I really don't have an opinion on this. I mean, Hunter's a great puller. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to let Hunter surprise me. I'm hoping that he pulls out the win off of Mendagas. But that's an interesting matchup. I'll be honest with you. And it's a 169 left arm. So, in the big picture, not quite sure where that one's going to go. But it's a cool match to watch. The match I really like, guys, and actually I really like two matches. Andre, a.k.a. The Shark versus Arson, I think this match is really compelling. And here's why I say this match is really compelling. I think this match here, in my opinion, sets the stage on who the best North American puller is right now at the 230 to 240 class. Both of these individuals matched up last year against each other in the Arizona State in a round robin. There was controversy. Arson had, at the time, a suspension on an international level. Created a little bit of controversy on what went down. I think in the grand scheme of things, Arson understood why there was an issue. But he finished second in that Arizona State round robin. The Shark finished first. Again, I'd have to go back to the video. I'm not quite sure if I'm remembering right, but I believe that Arson fouled out. I don't know that he was pinned, but this match to me is really the premier match for 230 to 240 pullers in the U.S. right now, bar none. I mean, I'd like to think that there might be a better matchup on 231 to 240 right now in the world of arm wrestling, but Arson's a beast. He is just a naturally strong, great command of the table. I've watched him practice. I understand his mentality and how he pulls. The Shark is the Shark. I mean, the Shark, Andre, is a prolific puller. He's an internet sensation. He's done some great videos out in Florida, under mask as an old man. And, I've seen Andre pull twice now, recently at the Arnold and recently before that at the Arizona State. And both times I believe he pulled at 220. Now, having said that, he's a man that certainly gets to 220 and then increases his weight up and fills out after he makes his cut. At 231, I'm thinking that maybe Andre has a little bit different dynamic to him. It's not as big of a cut. 11 pounds is a lot of weight to not have to shed, especially when you're as body impressive as the Shark is. He's got a body that is, emulates from the waist up a bodybuilder type physique, extremely dense, extremely strong. So to drop weight obviously is always a risk of dropping strength, and then to have to fill out afterwards, rehydrate, re-engage that body muscle, stay away from cramping. 11 pounds makes a difference. So we may see a different Andre, and I'm hoping that the Shark comes out and competes with us at the 239 class in the final. So I'm hoping he qualifies. Arson actually won his class last year, so he won't have to requalify at this point. I'm sure he will, but he doesn't have to. So this match is really a unique match for me, guys. Honestly, of all the matches, I think this is really my favorite match to watch. I think it has the most, I believe really it has the most a compelling reason for people to watch, because ultimately it's going to set the tone for who really that best 230 to 240 puller is in the U.S. right now. Now, you can also make an argument that Matt Mask is a 240 puller, but I'm going to make the argument that he's on a world-class level and not on a national level. And both of these guys are stepping up to pull on a world-class level. So I think there are levels to this. I don't want someone to say, "Oh, how can you say that Matt Mask is easily the best 230 or 240 puller in in North America," and probably rightfully so. I can't argue with that. What I'm saying though is that as a tournament arm wrestling schedule would go, because Matt pulls super matches, these two guys have been more engaged in tournament arm wrestling on a national level. I think it sets the tone for maybe someone who would step up and maybe pull Matt Mask in the next go around, wherever that may be. The other interesting match for me, I really like this match. Honestly, I really like this match because I think that I think that they're two really good guys who are pulling. You got Cody Wood versus Joseph Morano. It's a 170 match. Okay. It is a right arm 170 match. And Joseph just came off of a big match at King of the Table in December in Atlantic City. Very, very stylistic arm wrestler, very in control of himself on the table. I would say he's a cerebral arm wrestler. He makes a lot of adjustments in the course of arm wrestling. Whether it's between matches, whether it's during the matches, he's very good at adjusting. Cody Wood is a monster. If you flip over to Cody Wood's page and kind of look at some of the stuff that he does, and Anthony is going to flip over to Cody Wood's page because that's just the way it is. I couldn't find Joe Morano's page. I apologize, Joe. But if you look at this guy and you look at the third picture in, the way this guy is stacked on his body, and this picture is from 6 days ago. I mean, this guy looks every bit to be a bodybuilder, a real physical specimen. I mean, certainly he's pumped up. He's looking down. He's got goon lighting in there. He's got great lighting, showing off the abs. Let me tell you something, though. The upper body, that delt to tricep to bicep connection, that chest, that pectoral development, and that whole tie-in is crazy. And if you walk the page down just a little bit, he's got some fun things he posts. But if you walk, he's got some videotape of him on TikTok. His speed off the go, guys, I mean, he's on a level of Alan Fisher speed off the go. So Joe, who's got a great command of his body on the table, he's going to have a game plan coming into this, because the speed of Cody is insane. And Cody is one of these guys, unique guys. He's a guy that I believe has come over from the grip sport side. And if you look at some of his videos of him holding on to pull-up bars with weights on and really at ease, pulling himself up with 150 pounds on at it, doing reps, doing climbing exercises. He's got one picture that he's, it looks like walking, working on some pronation of the wrist. This was about a year and a half ago, but it's a pretty prolific picture showing some of his one-arm pull-ups. Cody Wood is a strong dude. With the speed and the strength that this man has, I think he might be the favorite. I think this is his chance to really shine. I like Joseph. He's a really cool guy, soft-spoken guy, extremely respectful guy. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have a chance. I think he does certainly have a chance to win this. I just don't know that we've seen anybody with the level of speed that Cody Wood has in any kind of super match series right now that would emulate maybe the great Alan Fisher. It's just, he's on a different level when it comes to speed. He is timed in off the go. I got to tell you, folks, I'd love to see both people win. I got to go with Cody Wood on this, though. I really think that he's got a lane with that speed that maybe Joseph can't put a stop to. But let me tell you something. If Joseph proves me wrong and he can put the brakes on Cody Wood, this match is easily Joseph Morano's in my opinion. So, really fun to watch match. The Shark versus Arson, Cody versus Joseph. I think those are the two really best matches to watch, in my opinion. If I go to the main card and look at some other matches, obviously Dave Chafee is pulling Georgie. That's a cool match to watch. Don't really know where that's going to go. I think that's really dependent upon Dave. I don't know Dave as on a personal level, but I do know Dave has had some challenges health-wise. He looked very healthy in December, but I don't know. He's in a very physical occupation as a correction officer. So I don't know if Dave is, if those injuries are lagging or not, but I'm hoping they aren't. So I'm going to go with Dave on that just because I'm a Dave fan. Janice is, all natural. Janice is one of the most highly recognized and sought after arm wrestlers to get opinions from and to get information from. I kind of like Janice in that matchup. Sarah Backman versus Jacqueline Brisson. Jacqueline may be the next generation of great arm wrestlers for women. I'm not saying that Sarah isn't still an amazing arm wrestler. Sarah's going to give away quite a bit of size on this. Sarah doesn't care. I can't imagine that as a competitor she's worried about that. Sarah has levels to her speed. Jacqueline's just strong. She's got a big, muscular body, great hand. It's a great matchup. It's a great matchup. I'm a fan of Sarah's. I don't know Jacqueline. That doesn't mean I'm not a fan of hers, but I am a fan of Sarah's. I hope Sarah's able to pull it out. I know she really wants this match, so Sarah, good luck on that. Cody Merritt, Prudnick match. I can't tell you how many good things I could say about a man as an individual. Cody is probably one of those men that there's just not enough time and adjectives to describe what kind of a character this man is in his life, in how he lives his life, and in terms of his ability on the table. Definitely cheering for Cody on that match. And let me see, did I miss any other matchups here? I don't think so. I think we kind of recapped East versus West. Super cool card. March 29th, Arlington, Texas. You can get the pay-per-view on evwsports.com. They are a QR code there. I think that will take you to it. They've got a couple of sponsors down on the bottom in Gold Star Coffee and Cup Bop, Korean barbecue in a cup. So if they're sponsoring the world of arm wrestling, guys, if you have an opportunity to support them, you should. That's always my philosophy. And guys, at the end of the day, I think 2025 is going to be a great year for us. We've just came off of some really interesting meetings in Las Vegas. Can't really describe too much of the conversations. I can say, though, it really is pretty cool to see how many new people are looking to come into the sport and help develop it. That, I think, in itself is the exciting part for me. The fact that I'm in the conversations, the fact that there are conversations with some really big entities, is really cool. Whenever you can kind of put yourself into those conversations and be recognized as somebody in an industry that has a value to be able to lend, that's a good feeling. But the fact that we're finding some of these larger entities out there really interested in us really kind of sets the tone, I think, for where the sport is going. And that's an awesome thing, right? It's awesome to be able to represent with integrity, with a level of business acumen and a direction for the sport. So whether or not they come and work with us right now or in the future or doing their own things, it's great that we're kind of putting this together. And honestly, pretty excited about that. But anyway, folks, what can you do to be proponent and a supporter of arm wrestling, certainly follow World Series of Arm Wrestling page, Inside Arm Wrestling page, all of our pages. Certainly follow those who are competing. The Cody Woods. Honestly, I didn't see one for Joe Morano. Arsons and the Sharks. And follow their pages. Support them, guys. Click and like and comment. The algorithm these days is now on comments. Likes and stuff is not the big deal. How many comments you can get and engage in. That's the big algorithm. I'm going to keep you up to date with the ins and outs of social media. So make sure you leave a comment when you see our posts. We really appreciate that. And as always, guys, this has been Inside Arm Wrestling. It is mid-March, and man, oh man, we are almost ready to start World Series of Arm Wrestling. So remember to train hard, live smart, take your supplements, wear your sponsors' gear, and folks, have an amazing weekend. Yes, we are out.